Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business Tuesday Nights Live. My name is Jay, your automotive community media on YouTube since 2017, connecting retail, logistics, wholesale, and tech. And we're live at Used Car Week. I'm going to keep this short, but I want to let you know how great it is to be at Used Car Week, why I'm here. So as I jump into that, please do leave a like, share. For all my new Used Car Week subscribers, thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe and tune in, whether live or on demand. You can jump in the chat, you can leave comments below. It's all good. Let's go into some industry news. First of all, I still am speaking at Used Car Week. I spoke today. I'm going to go through some more of what's been happening. First of all, I want to thank Used Car Week again for hosting such a great week. People here are excited to be here. There's a reason why we're here. I also want to impart that on you. Don't click away. You don't need to do that. Used Car Week really is an event that you want to learn more about. I was just telling somebody today, I was sitting at lunch. Okay. Sat down to lunch. I was late to lunch because I was busy doing things. And I talked to Ed Smith. Now, Ed had not been to Used Car Week before. So this is a great opportunity to let him know, why I think this is a great event. One of the things that, we talk about the ecosystem, dealers, auctions, tech companies, service providers, transportation, all of the groups within transportation. Then you got recovery services, insurance, financial lenders, etc., right? And association members. There's so many folks in the automotive ecosystem, and they show up for Used Car Week. And there's a lot of dealer stuff too. Let's go back into industry news because I wanted to just talk to you and say, don't click away. This is good stuff. New, used, in front of the store, back of the store. So many folks are here. And ATI, again, we're a neutral zone for this information. We try not to just favor any one company. You'll see that week after week on ATI. Yet, we follow the disconnect between sales and operations, so don't muck it up or you'll end up on my Thursday show. Delivering auto logistics news, continuing to do that, but focusing on Used Car Week today. So listen, packed rooms at Used Car Week. This is a photo I took earlier today. That's Tim Scatalis, and he has got inventory redistribution. That is, there are just a few seats available, and people are engaged, involved, great stuff. So yes, I had a discussion today, building the bridge for lenders to improve remarketing logistics. And what we wanted to do was explain to those that have the vehicles and the inventory why there's so many problems at boots on the ground level that we want them fixed. You want them fixed too. Everybody wants this stuff fixed. But before I go into that stuff, I just again want to talk about some of the great stuff. This is Trent Broberg. He kicked it off Used Car Week, one of the first sessions yesterday morning, and there were people out the door. I didn't shoot pictures of people behind me, but there is not a seat in that room. And also, I mean, not only do people want to hear Trent talk, great presentation. I caught up to him in the parking lot and just told him how great it was. Shout out to ACERTUS. Good job, Lindsay Creech in marketing at ACERTUS, putting together great slides for Trent's presentation. So this is, here's a slide talking about, where inventory, right? We know these things, but it's again good to look at the ecosystem. Where do the cars come from? What types of equipment do they need to go on to? Where do they go? And then what happens after the dealership? What types of equipment? So Trent was talking about that. Also, it's not just the logistics and transportation, but also where can you make money, right? Because again, talking to dealers, that is a big part of Used Car Week, is where are you going to see profitability and money savings? Whether you save money or earn additional money, both go into profit. And then transparency along the way, which we know, right? Man, GPS tracking car haulers on ATI, not a popular show. But, when you talk to the ecosystem, they think that stuff is just standard. They just think it because it's part of, transparency gets talked about so much. So, and also logistics as a profit center. You know, somebody's going to look at their buddy and be like, really? Profit center? You got to be kidding me. But the thing is, in the big picture, that is where we're all headed. And that's, again, why we wanted to talk about boots on the ground in my panel today. Just another shout out to Tim Scatalis, learning more about dealer inventory redistribution. I got to tell you, man, again, don't click away because, like, dealer trades, who would rather do, if you're in auto transport, wouldn't you rather do dealer trade moves than, you know, moving some repo stuff? Well, I can tell you, the more we know about what's happening on the dealer side of the equation, man, you might be able to grow your business because you understand what they're doing and what and how they think about the profitability of those moves. There was a lot of minutia in here. I couldn't keep up with all of it, but I was glad to be there. And one of the takeaways from that panel was take the emotion out of it. A good reminder for all of us in your business, when possible, take the emotion out of it. Just, it's just business, right? But you know, we're people. Here's a good one. Speaking of people, this is Steve Rustler. Now, it's a funny picture of Steve. He looks like a zombie over there in the corner. And Steve will appreciate that because Steve is awesome. He's with Drive Centric. 62% of customers say they define immediate response as 10 minutes or less. Think about that in logistics. When you get a new lead, 2/3 of all new leads think of 10 minutes or less as fast enough. And if it's not fast enough, they're going to go find another quote. Probably they're going to go find another quote anyways, but at least in 10 minutes or less, you got a chance to explain to them why you're better. A lot of people talking about costs and analysis, return on investment. It's always great to be reminded, you know, how do you break down your cost? And your profitability per car or your cost per car. This was actually talking about the cost of a spot on a repo lot. Sounds like a poem. It is not. It is, you know, it's a calculation. It's harsh. By the way, shout out to all the repossession people that I met at Used Car Week. You wouldn't believe, and people are taking notes. You got to take your notes, right? You sit in, take notes, you're reminded of things, and you go back and you follow up, and there's formulas. I took a photo of this because I'm like, man, I want to dive into this more, learn what this is talking about. So again, Used Car Week can help you develop your business in ways that you may not have fully seen how. That's why I say I love trade shows. By the way, this is so cool. Shout out Run Buggy. This is a good looking booth, right? Where's Waldo? Who can spot why I'm showing this booth? Huh? That's right. You got it. You got ATI on the screen in their booth at the Run Buggy booth. Shout out to that, man. Where's my bell? I moved the bell somewhere. All right, but that deserves a bell. That is awesome. And, you know, another great use of ATI. Also, and I just, you know, because when I see smart marketing, I share it. I shared it on LinkedIn. I was looking for the Wi-Fi password. Well, Run Buggy sponsored the Wi-Fi. The password was move more cars. Ding. Smart automotive marketing happens at Used Car Week. So the presentation I had today, and by the way, you can hear me okay, right? Please let me know you can hear me because I was checking the sound. It's hard to go live on location, but I think we're okay. So building the bridge for lenders to improve remarketing logistics, because we got to give a reason why should anybody listen to us, you know, somewhat gripe, right? And the griping isn't for no reason. There's a reason why we're trying to share these boots on the ground problems. Lenders are having a hard time getting their cars to auction in time, and they're losing money and they don't understand why. So we held a panel to talk about it. And here is that's us up on stage. It's a bit of a fuzzy picture, but that is us up on stage talking about remarketing logistics problems, losing time and money during the remarketing logistics cycle. I said the sky is falling, and here's my cards. All right, interest rates are up, car payments are up, delinquencies on the rise. Auction sales are down, storage fees are wrong, transportation rates are wrong, fraud is accelerating, legal requirements accelerating. What about cost per day per spot on the repo lot, key cut approval lender bottlenecks, in-op accuracy through better data and software communication? I mean, how many times have you shown up and man, that car's not what it was said or shown or is? Car haulers are getting out of the space and repo agents doing their own car hauling, which is going to present its own set of problems down the road. So, I mean, really, car haulers are getting out of hauling repo units. Well, there's probably a good reason why that is. Ding. So we had a recovery professional, that was Brianna Cox, transportation consultant, Ty Thompson, insurance professional, Renee Lowe of Hardings Brooks, and privacy expert, Michelle Perrogue of Park My Fleet. And when you add all those elements together, because some things are a repo lot issue, some are a transporter issue, some are an insurance issue, some are a privacy issue, which you wouldn't believe the legality that gets into all that stuff. And then there's other issues like software. We didn't even have a software person up there to talk about, wait a minute, why, if this is the load, what's wrong? What happened? How did we get this piece of junk booked? We booked it. It wasn't missing an axle when I booked it. And I happen to make the appointment, and then this thing is a mess. So what's going on there? And the lenders, do the lenders even know? So we talked about all these things. Why are cars sitting on recovery lots so long? Why do all this waiting before it gets transported? Why doesn't it have a key? And how long does it take to get a key? And then again, going into the software. What's really great is it really was an amazing. The room was full. We were up on stage and we were there for 30 minutes and the room was full. I don't know how many people are in the room. I'm going to go with 50 plus. And it felt great. It was an awesome experience. And boy, I look forward to, there was conversation, we got interaction, there was conversation even after it was over. So I feel like we accomplished something, and that's a wonderful thing because there's a good reason why. And we said we need people's help to talk to us, and that did happen. It was really, really good. Just other things talked about in the hallways, in the news. They've got news about uh, updated TMS, new TMS. I hope to learn more about what it is that they're talking about in this launch. That was in auto remarketing. Also, Cox Automotive talking about streamlining brand offerings, which is great because, man, I'm telling you, Cox has so many software brands. I really can't keep track of what everything does. I go through the list. Yeah, Auto Trader. Okay, that's buying and selling cars, central dispatch, booking loads. Dealer.com. I'm pretty sure it's a dealer software that helps with merchandising and inventory and things like that. Dealer Track. I don't hear about as much. Where does that meet? Dealer.com, etc. We know what Manheim does. Next Gear Capital. I mean, they're in a lot of different business aspects. But so, anyways, I thought that was an interesting news story. I'm going to be on the podcast stage tomorrow, so I got a couple interviews that I'm going to do. Probably just record that on the iPad. I think this is my only live show this week. Two interviews tomorrow with my iPad. Then Thursday we'll do an ATI workshop, embracing AI and logistics. But before you celebrate, right? So I'll record that on my iPad too. At least I'll have the audio. Try to release some clips. I don't know if. Anyways, but here's the thing: you can have all the AI you want, but it still won't fix stupid. Because what's going on here? And shout out Rod Hamill at Hamill Logistics for sending this in. He had to try to help, you know, remedy this situation because this is what, listen, we need good transporters to stay in business. This is how I ended the panel. Folks, we're running out of time. Good transporters have already gotten out. We can't let them all get out. We know that there's a guy that'll do it for $50 less. You don't want him. You don't. And there has to be a way to, before you book that guy for $50 less, there's got to be a way to know why you don't want to do that. There has to be like some pop-ups, of like, are you sure? Because if you book that $50, if you book the cheapest rate, there is a great chance you're going to end up spending another 50% above what you expected to fix the problems from the cheap guy. And do you want that? Why? Why? How? What happened? Why do we just assume this stuff is rock bottom pricing? So, anyways, you know that we don't ship cars. We ship the news. And again, I want to thank you, Used Car Week and Cherokee Media, and everybody for connecting with me here at Used Car Week and taking the time. Really do appreciate it. Leverage ATI in your business and let me know how we can help. And then, we celebrate with ELD Punch. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. You get the podcast. It's the Car Shipping Business Channel. And I just want to say shout out to Auto Hauler Exchange again for participating in this channel. I got to catch up with Royce and George yesterday. I saw Frank at the elevator today. Actually, I saw Jake on the expo hall floor as well. I got to talk to ACERTUS. I've talked to Montway, Proficient Auto Transport, as well as VinQ is here and Car Now. Oh yeah, so I didn't even talk about, you get I just want to say this. When you get to these trade shows, keep these books, keep this stuff, and and you're leafing through it, but you've got the layout of the hotel, then you've got the expo hall floor. This is all contact information of all the expo booths that are there, and I've been able to talk to a few, but I have emails and phone numbers of the ones I didn't have time to catch up with, and then all of the agenda is in here. And this stuff is, man, this is gold. When you come to these shows, you put this on the desk, and when you wake up, you look at, man, where am I going again? What am I doing? And then you're thinking about, you're strategizing. Who do I want to talk to? Who do I want to meet? If you come away from one of these shows and you haven't developed new contacts that can lead to either new business or ideas or new business ideas, then you need to watch ATI, because I want to explain to you why you need to be here and exchanging. Hey, shout out to Top Dog. Look at that right there, live on ATI. These business cards, I'm going to follow up. I make notes on cards. I make notes of show ideas. And then I also get to, maybe I get to leave with some new socks. And, and the food is great. These are I keep the menu cards because I love Caesar salad. They came by. I got mini cornhole now from Car Now. So, let's put the bag through the hole and score this thing. Okay, I forgot this is good swag. Portable Tide, that's genius. All right, I love automotive trade shows. Thank you, live chat. Look at that. Live chat's going crazy. Thank you, Core of ATI, and for those folks that are getting on board and learning more about why ATI, YouTube channel, and social media this is boots on the ground media. And it's mid-level, right? Because you got the really low, just setting this shot up right here, just doing this. This took, I don't know, 2+ hours just to set up and get the slides ready and all that stuff. It's a presentation, it's informative, and I know your time is valuable, so I'm going to cut it there. There's only 10 minutes left in the evening reception, and then there's an after party. Ship Your Car Now Auto Logistics is hosting, so I need to get a beer, and I need to get out of here. And I need to get back to networking, because that's what trade shows are all about. Don't sit in the room and, and if you do go golfing with folks that maybe you're going to do business with. You can go on a hike, you can hang out and have coffee, but it is nonstop action. It's a whirlwind. I highly recommend Used Car Week. I'm hitting the applause button. I just don't have it in front of me because I got stuff everywhere. So thanks everybody so much for tuning in for my live at Used Car Week ATI show. I want to say 319 in a row on a Tuesday. So thanks again, everybody. And if you have any questions, Mark Rodicke, thank you so much. Applause button. That means a lot. That really means a lot. These shows, that's the one thing. And I just want to say, like, Hamill Logistics, Rod is here and Kwane is here, and catching up and learning more. There's actually SDM Transport, saw them down over on the expo floor. Seeing folks that work in asset-based business, taking the time, putting in the effort to come to the show, you won't regret it. But don't just show up. Let's plan it out. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. I want to help you take your business to the next level and have a look at, what does that look like? How are people doing business? It's at the trade show. So let me know how I can help. Here comes the car hauler. Thank you all so much. Thanks again, Mark. Martini's in the live chat. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it. And we'll be seeing you again soon. So peace out, everybody. Thank you and good night.